Shalom, I'm giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of your elect. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to try to make this quick. Let's see where the spirit takes me. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, I didn't know what a pagan kit was. And this is a video put up by Prince of Darkness, Prince of Power, right here, Prince of Power. Was Sicarii, leader Guerrilla, Hebrew backdoored by ex-members. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this right here. And I heard with all this scandal, this new scandal as of a couple of days ago, I kept hearing the first video that I heard about this, the whole thing was by Tazariak, or as you know, his title is Captain Tazariak. He's going into the pagan kit, which I said, what the hell is that? Because I'm not a freak. So only freaks would know stuff like this. This stuff. You know, I found out anyway. I'm gonna show you this video where he admits that he purchased it, but he got rid of it, and then I'm gonna show you Tazariak's video, the last video that he did, or the video that was put up, I guess yesterday or whatever, the day before, and he was going into detail as to what was happening in Ariala, which was a former member of Sicarii, kind of aired, well, not kind of aired out, and he would put the video up. Ariala would put the video up, and he would flag the video. That's what he said. That's what Ariala said. That he would flag the video. I don't even like to get into all this shit, man. But like I said, I'm doing this because you learn something new every day. So let me just let it play.
No jumper. Like we don't care about who was informed and all of that.
Yeah, well, I know this guy, the no jumper guy, the Edomite. He's a Mo, and I believe he had his a bunch of Jakes, you know, pull a train on the no jumper guy, wife. But it come to find out he's a Mo too, and he's tatted up. And I wouldn't associate with somebody like that. You know, what you want to do with shit? Nope. I don't want to be in the same. I don't breathe the same air that you breathe. You a Mo, you like you like men to pull trains on your fucking women and be proud of this shit. And fuck you and anybody associated with you.
You know, so that's not gonna discredit nobody, not for me anyway. You know, what is he snitching on? You know what I'm saying? But if y'all don't know the story, well, I'm sure y'all know the story. And if you don't know the story, there's plenty of information out here about it. Or you can go watch my live.
Dirty laundry that doesn't need to be aired out. Now, again, if I was doing something insane, I got you. But additionally, matter of fact, even before I get there, you know, kind of outside of this though, because that's the domination aspect, and that's never nothing I was into at any point. You know, there was a pagan kit that was definitely purchased, and I made it disappear.
There was a pagan kit that was definitely purchased. And I'm gonna look up the word pagan kit. Not pagan kit, but pagan kit. Pagan meaning. Urban Dictionary, pagan, the action of a man getting bleeped and somebody getting a pickle put in their mustard. With a pickle. Started with pirates sticking their peg legs in each other's earth. Well, that's all you need. Let me see. Pegging, sexual practice. Pegging is an anal X act in which a woman has a fake pickle and puts it in a man's mustard, a man's anus or man's mustard, with a strap-on pickle, a strap-on. A naked man is on all fours. Now this is some disgusting fucking shit. This is some fucking disgusting shit. Well, it's none of your business what a man and woman do at home. No, this is hey, if there's any brother in GMS that come to the camp in New York and you doing shit like that, don't bring your motherfucker. Hey, there was a brother with an associate camp of GMS. There was a brother that would go to camp. We knew them. They had their own camp, but they would come by in Shalom. There was one brother. He would go to camp, hold post, speak, call Esau the devil, whatever the case may be. And then he's on the phone periodically, texting. Come to find out that he was texting men, and he was setting up dates for after the camp to get with different men to have sex. Give me a second. Anyway, the dude, he left the truth, so to speak, but he was getting with different men. If you in the camp, you're a young man, you got a woman, your woman texts you what we're gonna do later on, or I'm gonna take you out to eat, or we're gonna go see this movie, after camp, maybe at 9 o'clock or whatever. So this guy will be talking to different dudes about getting together, going on dates. And you can't, you look at it, dude, there's a thing called down low. See, down low men do this freaky shit. They want to, it's called role play. I'm going to play the woman, and my wife is going to play the man. And she going to wear a suit and a tie. And she going to come home from work, and she going to whip my ass, and then she going to strap on she going to strap the pickle on. This shit is fucking embarrassing. Man, if I was doing this shit, I would get my house in order. I would get my house in order. The rest of the fucking story, bro. And when you think about offing yourself, this is the time to do it. This is some old, even Edomites, Edomites would do it, but Edomites ain't into this like, hey, these Edomite women, you go to these different sites, like dating sites, the Edomite women, they'll tell you, I'm only into men. Go to the black woman or Latin woman site, 95% of them will tell you that they go both ways. It's very rare that Edomite women say they go both ways. I would say 80-something% of them say I just deal with men. So you got the wicked is more righteous than the righteous. Or let's change that around. The righteous is more wicked than the wicked. The role play, you playing the fucking woman, and your wife, she coming home from work, baby, what's to eat? Get on in the room. Okay, dear, okay, baby. I'm gonna give you the sausage. This shit is in back. Get your house in order, and you know the rest of the story. You know the rest of the story, because men did that. Let me do this. Let me do this and just put in the phrase. And put in the phrase that pays. Put in got his house in order. I'm sorry, order. Okay, so, all right, so you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Let me do this. I want to do it in the King James. So bear with me for a minute. An honorable man would do this. And you had men that did this. Okay, this is what I want, but I got to give you the backstory. I got to read too much into it, but let me just go right point. As a matter of fact, now remember when David was in trouble by his son, and there were men that took the side of David's son, Absalom, to get David out of there. Let me read the 22nd verse, 2 Samuel 17:22. Then David rose and all the people who were with him, and they passed over the Jordan by the morning light. There lacked not one of them who had not gone over the Jordan. When Achitophel saw the counsel was not followed, he saddled his donkey and arose and got him home to his city and set his house in order and hanged himself, and he died and was buried in the tomb of his fathers. Now, when you were ashamed and you were Israelite for committing a heinous sin, and you can't get no more heinous than this, you're supposed to think about doing this. Why do you think Judas Iscariot was an honorable man? Even though he was wicked, that was a wicked act. Let me see something. Why don't this... Okay, let me do this. I'm sorry. Okay, so Akaya Tha Pal. Let's get some backstory on him. My brother is foolish. Okay, foolish or folly. So that's what that name means. My brother is foolish. A counselor of David, grandfather of Bathsheba, who joined Absalom in revolt. He was a counselor of David. So he knew David, he knew the spirit. And he joined forces with Absalom, David's wicked ass son, in revolt against David, and committed suicide when Absalom did not heed his counsel. So this dude was a real nigga. He was a counselor under David. David had trust in him. Okay, so here it is. Let me see. Okay. Ahithophel. And they said of him, he was like his counsel was like coming from damn near the Most High, the angels. Let me see something. Let me put the word angels in. Give me a second here. I'm sorry. Let me do this. Let me put this word in. Okay. Let's see what this says. 2 Samuel 16, verse 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of God. So this man he was blessed with counsel. He tell you to do something, like in the mob, you have a counselary, right? It said getting counsel from him is like getting counsel from oracle of God. I'm saying it verbatim. You know what I'm getting at. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and Absalom. So when he went against David and joined his son Absalom to really kill David, because in order for you to get the throne, you had to kill the king. The king had to be dead. So he was looking to kill this wicked nigga, and I think I know who he is. He got this guy counsel. So when the counsel failed, I'm sorry. Moreover, it says, moreover, 17th chapter, 1st verse, 2 Samuel. Moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will raise and pursue after David this night. Remember, this guy was with David and went against David to get with David's enemy, which was his son, his beloved son. Okay, 6th verse. And when Hushai was come to Absalom, Absalom spake unto him, saying, Ahithophel hath spoken after this manner. Shall we do after his saying? If not, speak thou. And Hushai said, the counsel that Ahithophel has given is not good at this time. So he didn't accept the counsel of this man. Was like talking to an angel, like talking to a God, the Most High. It's like this guy gave you counsel that the angels would give you, or the Most High would give you. Give me a second. Let me do this. Put in the word house. So when Hushai told Absalom, don't accept this guy, that's not good counsel. And this Ahithophel been counsel of David, and David trusted in this guy. And when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass and arose and gat him home to his house, to his city, and put his house in order, and hanged himself and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. But if I'm doing some sneaky ass wicked role playing as a fucking, I'm gonna be a woman, and my wife is gonna play the husband. And then also what I heard is that he put his woman out to have sex with Edomite men. There's no way you can be a part of the elect. There's no way you can be a part of the elect. I didn't even want to speak on this. I said this is over. Enough brothers made video, but the Prince of Darkness came up with his video. So let me come on back.
You know, so that's not gonna discredit nobody, not for me anyway. You know, what is he snitching on? You know what I'm saying? But if y'all don't know the story, well, I'm sure y'all know the story. And if you don't know the story, there's plenty of information out here about it. Or you can go watch my prior live.
Dirty laundry that doesn't need to be aired out. Now, again, if I was doing something insane, I got you. But additionally,
well, if you're doing that act, committing that act that I mentioned, role playing, you play the woman, your wife played a man, plus she's out there with you, setting her up to get with Edomites, which he hasn't admit to. But if that's the case, I'll put it that way. That's, you know, let me bring this back. Let me bring this back again. You better get your house in order.
And all of that. You know, so that's not gonna discredit nobody, not for me anyway. You know, what is he snitching on? You know what I'm saying? But if y'all don't know the story, well, I'm sure y'all know the story. And if you don't know the story, there's plenty of information out here about it. Or you can go watch my prior live.
Dirty laundry that doesn't need to be aired out. Now, again, if I was doing something insane.
Okay, so he said there's dirty laundry that doesn't need to be aired out. But hey, the Most High makes it air it out.
I got you. But additionally, matter of fact, even before I get there, you know, kind of outside of this though, because that's the domination aspect, and that's never nothing I was into at any point. You know, there was a pagan.
Your dominatrix is when a woman has, you know, the masculine role. Not that she always dress up as a man, but she'll do a strap on, she'll use a whip, you know.
Kit that was definitely purchased, and I made it disappear. It vanished.
Okay, so it was purchased. We don't know who purchased. He didn't say who purchased it, but either he purchased it or his wife purchased it. I know Santa Claus didn't make it for him, give it to him on Christmas. Wait a minute. Okay, back over here.
Dirty laundry that doesn't need to be aired out. Now, again, if I was doing something insane, I got you. But additionally, matter of fact, even there, you know, kind of outside of this though, because that's the domination aspect, and that's never nothing I was into at any point. You know, there was a pagan kit that was definitely purchased, and I made it disappear.
So the question is, who purchased the pagan kit? Matter of fact, let me do this. Pagan kit. Not Eartha kit, but pagan kit. And while you thinking about it, you know, remember Polite? He wasn't too polite. He came up against GMS. The man came up with it. He's rotting in prison right now. Ain't nobody talking about him. Sonetta ain't talking about it. Ain't nobody talking about him. And if we're still here in 7 years and he comes out 7 years, he can't come back to the community. His name is Mud. He can't come back to the community. And if he tries to, they'll do something to him. The so-called, when I say the community, I mean Jake, that knows of this guy. You know, he's pretty much the black Haman. Remember what Haman did? Haman tried to set up the Israelites, and it wound up backfiring on him in not so many words. You can read about that in the book of Esther. What could be called the book of Matter. We call it the book of Mordecai. He was the main character that got all the fame. So Haman, the Edomite, him and his sons wind up getting what they wanted to do of us, and those are Amalekites. Those are small hats. Okay, so it says the beginner's guide to pagan, which like I said, I didn't even know what that. What the hell is a pagan? Because I don't get with women that are into this shit. Any woman I got into, they never wanted to do any freaky shit. You know, it ain't having fucking straight sex enough. You got to tell baby, you got to buy a whip, and you got to put on you like the. You got to dress up like the what's the gimp. You got to dress up like the gimp. And what's the movie? Not Reservoir Dogs. What's the movie? Damn. The Tarantino movie. The movie that made him put him up there. I can't even think of the name. Shit. But he did Reservoir Dogs. And then he did True Romance, that's the best movie he ever made. But the main movie, it was this guy was in it. There was a bunch of actors in it. Damn. I can't even think of it. Anyway, it's with Samuel Jackson is in it. John Travolta's in it. You know, there's a bunch of people in it in the movie. Why can't I remember the movie? Pulp Fiction. And the end of the movie, the character that was played by this guy, the Jake. They had tied him up, and they raped him, and they got the gimp on him. I'm gonna see if I can show you a picture of the gimp. So you gonna have your women dress up like the gimp with a whip and beat your ass, and put a strap-on pickle on you, bend your ass over, and you're gonna be screaming because that's part of the role play. You got to scream, act like a woman. You got to say, "Oh, daddy, give it to me, daddy, give it." Could you? Hey, if we were there and we saw that shit, hey, I ain't gonna say nothing else. Hey, and another thing, anybody that come against GMS seem like they get got, but through the spirit. You can fuck with people, but don't fuck with the spirits, man. The spirits, their arena is far bigger. You know, their repertoire of weapons. When you're dealing with the spirit, you cannot beat the spirit. You cannot beat the spiritual world. The spiritual realm is vast. Hey, Comfy came against us. What happened to him? That whole school is destroyed. That whole school. Hey, Ariel might as well get his house in order. Shaw might as well get his house in order. If the Most High don't have mercy on him, they might wind up taking the goddamn chip. A beginner's guide to pagan. The defining features of pagan is that there's a strap-on and mustard sex. Not the gender or sign X or the partner's doing it. It's a role play. Pagan is a mustard X act in which a woman puts a pickle in a man's mustard with a strap-on pickle. A naked man is on all fours. A naked woman is knelt behind him. That's called role reversals, role play. Like I said, she might come home from work. You cooking pig feet. She come home from work with a suitcase with a tie. Baby, what's taking the food so long, baby? Oh, honey, I'm getting it ready. He said, fuck you, bitch. Get in the bedroom. Here you wearing a fucking negligee and shit. Some oversized stilettos. Fucking high heel shoes. This is some sick shit. Ultimately, what happened to Comfy? Most High took his fat black ass out on April Fool's Day, no less. What is pagan? A complete guide. What is pagan? Fun Factory. X trend. So we read that urban dictionary. So the peg comes from the peg leg that the pirates were doing, because there were no women. It was considered bad luck to have a woman on a ships back then. So they would peg each other, and they would also have like sheeps, and they would pop the sheeps. These are these Edomites, these sick demonic Edomites. Let me read one more. The action of a man getting popped in the mustard with the pickle started with pirates sticking their peg legs in each other's arse. So I read that before. So like I said, you learn something new every day. I didn't know what pegging was. I didn't know what's a goddamn pegging kit. Because I'm not freaky. I don't know these things because I'm not freaky. Let me see. Give me a second.
It vanished.
Pagan kit. That's some forbidden stuff for us. That's that Diddy, that R. Kelly stuff. That's why I was trying to tell you, this ain't it. You get to a certain point. Once you get stimulated to a certain point, it takes you for you to get off, it takes a certain level of stimulation. And he ended up getting into this other stuff in the Lumen kit, but he's denying that he ever used it. Do what you will with that. But he is saying that he did buy it.
Well, he didn't. Let's get it right. He didn't say he bought. He said a kit was purchased. Whether his wife purchased it or he purchased it, or somebody else, or Santa Claus gave it to him on Christmas Day. He left it in the door with a note, or whatever the case may be. He is admitting that there was a pickle kit involved. Somebody had purchases. He didn't say he purchased it. He didn't say his wife purchased it.
He bought the
no wicked ass demonic motherfucker. This is some wicked ass shit, man. And let me find out anybody in GMS is doing some shit like that. Got your wife sleeping with Edomites. And it was this woman that told on him.
He bought the toys and in the lubrication.
Ask her. Anybody can ask her. Ask her where it went. It vanished.
Yeah, it did vanish. We know where the pickle vanished too. It did vanish. It does vanish. It does vanish. It goes into the black hole.
He's asking me, where to go? I'm playing stupid.
I can't even look at this motherfucker. I gotta turn my fucking head. I can't even look at this nigga, man.
Where is it? I'm not into that, bro. That's not what I'm into. That's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm down with. Never have been, never fucking will be. Right? So I don't want that on my jacket whatsoever. Whatsoever. I won't accept it. But there's things I will own. Because I'm gonna kind of bring us to.
Right on time.
At the University of Massachusetts Amherst, a revolutionary spirit runs through our veins.
It inspires us.
And if you think about a lot of these great leaders, and listen, don't think Sicarii is going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. Just like Dr. Malachi Z. York and those things that he confessed to, you know, dealing with those little kids. And, you know, I still got.
He said he's not involved in it, but he cried. He said, "I'm stepping down," and what was the reason why he stepped down? You know. And another thing is that I don't know if he eventually admitted to it. He just started crying and whatever the case may be. But he's done. Like I said, he's not. I don't believe he's one of the elect. He can't be one of the elect. He's not one of the elect. You do something like that, you're not one of the elect. Can you be forgiven for that? Yeah. But that applies to the elect. Just some old heinous, wicked ass shit. You should get your house in order, bro.
Gotta upload that video. I still gotta do that video, but I do got that. I do gotta where I done cut up the clips. I just gotta do some commentary on it. But they didn't leave him, you know, with those crazy allegations. And really, he in jail, you know, for he doing jail. He in jail for life, doing time in life, doing life in prison. You know, because of his confession, and they still deny it. You know, his followers still deny it. The Nubians are still all over the country.
They're small. They're minute. They used to be all over the place. They're little. There's a few people, and they're all bugged out. They're all gonna take the chip, and they're all gonna eat a missile. The Nuwapu people, and one of the guys was Aria's nephew. He's bragging I'm Aria's nephew. So he was raised up. He was raised up in the Israelite community, and he wound up being in the Wapian. And he was a young guy, and all of a sudden he used to come against the different Israelites out there. And what happened was he was taking a shower, and I believe he had a seizure. He dropped dead in the shower. And he just had a baby. So the Most High took him out. The issues of death belong to him, to the Most High. Anybody's taken out, the Most High pulls your ticket. So he was a rebellious dude. So there's no excuse. He knew that he was an Israelite. He was raised up as an Israelite. He decided to follow this demon that's still locked up. And this place is about the Most High about ready to take this place out, man. This is the Most High about ready to take this place out. We counting down the months. After the microchip is made mandatory, that's when everything gonna move. We'll probably be out of there inside of a month or two. The chip ain't gonna come in for 20 years. We're gonna be under the chip system. No, that's not happening. Things are gonna move quick. That's the only prophecy that's holding back the deliverance and the destruction in the kingdom. It's a microchip.
Also, you know, when Brother Polite,
and you guys that been in other camps, when they finally make the chip mandatory, and then you decide, oh no, GMS is right, let's get with J. Don't come around us. Don't come around us. We don't want you. Don't come around us. Well, that's the ones with the no. Hey, when you say that the MOTB is not the micro C hip, you say that because you have no oil in your lamp. Matthew 25. So we're not gonna have time to make you understand it. So don't come around us. You welcome to watch our videos. You're welcome to ask questions, but don't talk about I want to join the camp. No, ain't nobody joining the camp. You got to be heavily vetted. If we know that you're of another camp and you're trying to get in this thing, unless you're truly righteous and you want the elect, you make it in. Because hey, when that Michael C hip come into play, that's when you guys are gonna be. You're not gonna know what to do. You're not gonna know what to do. But don't come around us. Now, if you want to elect and you come around, the Most High gonna open the door for you.
He probably about to get out of jail in a year or so. He gonna be right back on the internet. He gonna amass another following.
Yeah, because you got a lot of you got a lot of 2/3 out there. Them people that are following him are not of the elect. So they're gonna take the chip and they're gonna eat a missile. Or they're gonna die in the riots.
Because we got the memory of Dawn Caterpillar, man.
Kind of the point now through the Spirit, and all praise again to Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
But I was saying all that because all of our great leaders, all of these people that have been leaders in these conscious community, they succumb to certain fleshly things, man, certain fleshly situations, and end up getting exposed as being horrific leaders, all the way up to MLK. And then some people say, well, that was the white supremacist and they put that on him and he really wasn't doing that. But I heard that from some other people too, man. I heard that from, but they got compromised and they just But believe what you want to believe.
Over the course of time, I definitely developed an arousal to certain things. She got a mouth, and I like that about her, right? I like women who got mouths on them.
She's strange, and I like it. I don't know if y'all know that song I'm singing. You old heads know. She's strange, and I like it.
Always have since a kid. The girls in the hood with they had the mouths. I always liked that.
I don't like it. That's why these black women, they're begging to get back with the man to come back. Nobody wants you. There's nothing that you can do to get us back. You're gonna have to die and come back in the kingdom and be born again. You're the least dated, however you phrase it, woman out there. Men will get with any woman. You the last choice. I'm not saying all of y'all, because some of y'all women among the black community, coming to Israel, y'all all right. But the majority of y'all, ain't nobody want the black woman. Cause one of the problems is she's got a big mouth, and she wants to dominate over you, man. You tell a woman, what, nigga? What did you just say, nigga? You don't tell me you don't need. But he said he likes women like I don't like women like that. I don't like women like that.
And there's through that. She. I ain't even gonna do that. Right? I'm gonna just put you like that. I've always had a thing for girls with mouths. And just kind of through that, over the course of time, I kind of developed this weird fixation on, kind of certain relationships. Just, just the idea of, a black woman trading on us. Like, first I was angry about it, then it kind of became a fixation. Then, frankly, I was aroused by it.
In other words, a woman that's all the loud mouth and talking all up in your face, moving it, the rolling of the neck, the rolling of the eyes, the sucking of the teeth, the finger all up in your face. You try to walk away and she kicks you in the ass or pushes you or grabs your hair, and you get off. No, I don't get off on nothing like that. Something's wrong with you.
And again, what he's admitting to is that there was the allegation was that he's admitting to it now, but that he was setting up Tinder dates for his wife because he wanted to see his wife have relations with a white man.
How can this guy be the great chief high priest? How can this guy be the elect? How in the hell can this guy be the elect?
And he was gonna get off of that. It's like Diddy. Diddy is just
Diddy. He's there's allegations that he's a zombie smasher. What do you mean by that? Figure it out. Think about it. He was a zombie smasher.
Same Diddy, Puff Daddy stuff. It's, R. Kelly stuff.
Well, according to R. Kelly, he got with underage women, but in the ancient world, that was common. That was normal. But in this society, this society, a man could get with a man could marry a dog, a dolphin. But if you get a young woman that's if she's 15, she's developed, she passed the stage of puberty, which is 11, 12. She's 15. She's fully developed, and you're gonna go to jail for that. But two men can get together. That's why this place is going to be destroyed by fire.
And he was setting her up for that, and that's how he was getting off. And I'm gonna say this too. There's a lot of points that I kind of skipped over. Brothers are saying, yeah, man, everybody want to see me fall, and I mean, Outkast got that song, the whole world loves it when you're going down, bo 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 bo, and the whole world loves it when you make that sound, bo bo bo. It's just the flesh. The whole world wants to see celebrities. See, this ain't this is nothing personal. Everybody want to see celebrities go there. That's how the flesh works. That's why they tuned in. He started the video. He was like, man, it's 1,500 people. Of course it is. The flesh wants. That's why I don't listen to people no more. I know what the flesh wants.
Ain't no way in hell I'm going to be happy with a girl with a fucking big... I mean, once in a while you got girls that get mad and they have a right to say, you let them air out. Yeah, go ahead and say what you got to say, baby. But you get. I'm looking for a chick that's going to curse me out. That's going to put a strap-on pickle on me to put it in my mustard. And I'm not saying y'all laughing. I'm not trying to be funny. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just naturally funny sometimes, according to San Miguel TV. Yeah, I saw the video you did on the Mark of the Beast, that it didn't come to pass. It's coming to pass. You'll see it when it comes to pass.
That's what the flesh wants. They love to see, people going down, man. Celebrities going down. Those people in high places going down. Why we think we want America to burn so bad?
So if this guy got to his women and to get with Edomite, specifically Edomite men, that's adultery right there. You putting out a daughter of Israel to be a prostitute. That means you a pimp. You a freaky kind of pimp that likes to see what goes. You like P. Diddy.
Why you think we want Esau to be oppressed so bad? It's the same thing. It's the same. It's the same motive. It's what's the same thing that's fueling a lot of people. A lot of people can't be in this truth if they can't have slaves, have white slaves, and they can't bring down the white man. That's the catch. That's the catch, man. That's why you look at the videos. There's more white people. People put up more videos about cutting white people than they do about edifying blacks, because that don't get the viewership. And
on y'all text messages, those happen, but I've been stopped all that. I've been turned from that. I've been went to therapy about it and everything. So I've been repented. I've been went to therapy. This been happened. This didn't just happen. This been happened. You know, and in therapy, you know, my therapist, she asked me, she's like, you know, where did it come from? Where did this, you know, attraction come from? And I had to think. And I realized it's really like anger driven. A lot of the anger and the frustration that we have, and y'all know we have it, you know, towards Esau, you know, it would really, you know, piss me off like it pissed so many of us off to see sis with him. And that's where it kind of came from. I can't explain it. I never, it was always a shameful thing to me though. And I always was confused, like, why am I like that? Why was that doing that for me? You know? And then through getting with her, and she got a hell of a mouth on her, and
meaning she was out of order. Scriptures say, the Most High give a wicked woman to a wicked man, and a righteous woman to a righteous man.
You know, frankly, she looks down on us. And when I say us, she looks down on black men.
Why would you get a black woman that can't stand black men? Why would you get with a Jake woman that hates Jake men and got a loud mouth? This is why I don't deal with Jake women. Not saying that I never, you got, it's going to be a hard thing. There's a couple of them out there that are all right. But the majority of them are big mouth, out of order. Nobody wants them.
Myself and black men in general, it's just the truth. And that kind of was just playing into the whole thing.
And if you setting your woman up to get with Edomite men or even Jake men, that's adultery. She should get put to death, and you should get put to death. You should get your house in order.
But again, through therapy, and again, I've been in therapy. I've been turned from anything that's being talked about. I've been months ago, been repented from, which is also why this whole thing is bullshit, because nobody asked me if I had already repented. Nobody.
And that's his issue, is that, you know, he's already repented from it. This happened months ago. You know, he already done let it go and got counseling. That was another thing I said he needed to do.
He went to Esau to get counseling. He didn't go to TD Jakes. He went to Esau. Anyway, let's go over here to give me a second. The scripture said, wickedness come through the woman, and through her we all die. So you let your woman lead you, according to what you're saying. I like a woman with a big mouth and attitude. I don't like a woman with a big mouth and attitude. Give me a second here. Give me a second. See all these names here? I'm supposed to get notifications. You don't get. You might get 10% of this list that you get notifications. And I know notifications don't come out. Like yesterday, I did a video. I got inside of, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, I got over 100. Like 150 people listening live, and there's always more than that. If it says 150, it's always more than that. And I checked. I said I got that the notification went out. So I checked, and it said, "Yep, the notification went out." Give me a second here. I can get it another way. Okay, let me do this. To Zarayak. Okay, which one did I want? Okay, I guess this is the one. Let me come back. Another fucking commercial.
Saying fantasy, if that's the best way for
another freaking.
The thrills never stop at Empire City Casino. You can win big with non-stop action.
pegging. Those are the accusations. Now, I'm giving y'all the show. It was called To Catch a Predator, and it was aimed at Alazar Bunloya, a.k.a. Guerrilla Hebrew. And in the video that Ariala brought out, Ariala showed that Guerrilla Hebrew allegedly liked to get pegged, liked to watch his wife.
So, this is Ariala, formerly of Sicarii, out of Philly. And I think he said peg. We already know what peg mean. I gave you the definition of the peg, which I didn't know. Tazaric was asking, what the hell is a peg? What is he talking about? What is that, a board game? I didn't know what the hell it was. You know, put the round hole in the square peg. I didn't know, because I'm not freaky.
Have sex with white men, which is adultery. And what's the other one?
Which means if you're doing that, that's you know, that goes beyond adultery. Because it's not like she's stepping out on you. You making it happen. You're in agreements with it. Shit is wicked. You can't get any more. And you know what? If you do that to a woman, she's gonna disrespect you, and you're supposed to disrespect her. They like swinging. I remember years ago, me and my girl that I got engaged when I was in my 20s. We went to the club, and it was two Latin man, Latin woman, and they came up trying to be all friendly with us, and I was like, these motherfuckers are swingers, man. Yeah, can we sit down? I said, no, we all right, you know? But however, I did look at the woman, and I said, she is banging. And I said, nah, I picked it up that these are swingers. They want to do something. I said, nah, I ain't with that shit. You know, I just said, nah, we all right. We just here by ourselves. No, thank you. Nice meeting you. Get the fuck out of here, type of thing. My woman's cousin or whatever, this female, she's married to a dude, and they used to do that. They used to do that shit. And I used to think, I said, wait a minute. If you do that, that means you broken wedlock. That means you the women don't respect. Guarantee the women don't respect you because you allowing her for a man to get, you know, and vice versa. So y'all eventually they broken up. But yeah, you don't do no shit like that. The scriptures speak about wedlock, breaking wedlock. I believe that's in the Apocrypha, if I'm not mistaken. Wedlock. Yeah, because you're locked. Let me see what comes up. Okay, Ezekiel 16, verse 38. I hadn't read this in a while. And I will judge thee as women that break wedlock, that's adultery, and shed blood are judged, and I will give thee blood and fury and jealousy. Let me see if that's in the Apocrypha. Okay, it's in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 23 verse 18. A man that breaketh wedlock. How do you break wedlock? Saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? That's adultery right there. I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I do to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. A man that breaketh wedlock. It doesn't mean you cheating. And these stupid blockhead black women, he was cheating on me. Bitch, this ain't a game of bit whist. This is not a game of spades. This is not checkers. If a man deals with another woman, he ain't doing nothing wrong. But however, if a woman's get with another man, you breaking wedlock. How does this man break wedlock? When he lays with another man's wife. That's why that's a sin unto death. The scriptures speak about a sin unto death. Sin. Let me put that in there. That's in the scriptures in the New Testament. Sin unto death. See what comes up. Okay. I knew it was John. I wasn't sure it was 1 John, 2 John, or John. It was either 1 John, 2 John. 1 John 5 verse 16. If any man see his brother sin a sin which is not unto death, shall ask, like if you unclean, you go before a dead body, you're unclean, you can't go inside the temple because you're not holy. So that would be a sin. If you're unclean, you go in the temple. You're unclean, you had sex with them, you're unclean. That's why these knucklehead camps, they say you can have sex on the Sabbath. That show you that IUIC teaches that. You can have sex on the Sabbath, which is, then that you broke the Sabbath. Make the Sabbath holy. What part of the holiness, what is that talking about? Keep the Sabbath. How do you keep the Sabbath holy? By you being clean. The word holy, kodash, or sanctified, which means to be cleaned. And he shall give him life for life, that sin not unto death. There's sins not unto death, right? there is like if you steal somebody's a cattle, a bullock, a bull, a cow, whatever, they catch you, you got to replace it with four cows. Just to give you an example, you don't get put to death. It said there is a sin unto death. Adultery is a sin unto death. Breaking the Sabbath is a sin unto death. Calling the Most High out his name is a sin unto death. Remember the Egyptian whose mother was an Israelite woman. I believe she was from the tribe of Dan. She had got with an actual Egyptian, a Mizraimite, and had a son. And he was going back and forth with another Israelite, and that's when they knew the name Yahweh. And he straight up dissed the name of the Heavenly Father. And why did he do that? Because he's a heathen. So they had the council. The Lord said, put him to death. So calling out the Most High's name, disrespecting his name, calling him Christ or whatever, and you know the name, you ain't putting forth that vibration, that's a sin unto death. It says, I do not say that he shall pray for it. So that's the sin of, there's certain sins that you got to do certain things and you're not put to death. You're not put to death. You grape a woman, you don't get put to death. Because you guys are emotional, you buck up against it. Raping a woman is not a sin unto death unless she's a engaged woman or a married woman. If she's not engaged or married and you do what you got to do, that's a sin because you shouldn't have did it. But because you did it, the punishment is not put to death. The punishment is you got to pay the father 50 shekels. And I looked it up. I looked up the shekels. Let me do the quick math. A shekel, according to scholars, a shekel is 4 ounces of silver. Now, back in Egypt, 2 ounces of silver was equivalent to 1 ounce of gold. Gold is now almost, it's going to hit 3,000 soon, inside of another maybe 2 months. I said 2 weeks ago, I said it was going to be within a week. It didn't happen yet. I'm only speculating. But gold is going to hit, I'll be surprised if it doesn't. But eventually it's going to hit 3,000. And it's going to go up beyond that. 3,000 an ounce. So going back to the ancient Egyptians, 2 ounces of silver, an ounce of silver would be 1,500. So let's say 1,500 times 4, what is that? 3, that's 6,000. 6,000 times 10 is 60,000. Times 5 is 600,000. It's something like 300,000, something like that. I did the math. For 50 shekels of silver back then would be equivalent to something like $600,000. So if you did that, you better be rich. Anyway, let's come on back. Let's come to this. So you'd be a fool to do it. And you can't, the punishment, you got to pay 50 shekels, and you can't divorce her. You can't cut her off. You break it, you buy it. So you would be stupid to grape a woman. Is it something that you shouldn't be? No, you shouldn't be doing that. You should respect. That's a diss to the father. But you don't get to put to death. You pay the father, and he ain't got no problem with that. Oh, I'm gonna be that much richer. Shit, yeah, come on. Anyway, let's listen. So you got these Israelites, when that came out with polite, bringing the subject up. You got all these Israelites, instead of putting on their scholar cap, they got emotional.
I think those are the. I think yeah. So he likes her to have specific sex with white women, specifically. With white women, white men rather specifically. Wear a shirt says "I love white people."
Now, if all this is true, he needs to get his house in order. The Most High put your house in order. He put Comfy's house in order.
Pegging.
Like I said, I didn't know what pegging was, so I don't know what the hell is that. Well, what the hell is pegging? So I gave you the definition.
Those are the accusations. Now, I'm giving y'all the short and skinny. When you actually listen, if you actually watch the video, it's pretty disgusting.
This is fair use.
Setting up a...
Which I didn't watch the video. I didn't watch the video. Because according to Ariala, he would put it up and somebody would get it flagged. And he was saying that somebody was this guy.
An account on Tinder. Appreciate that.
Tinder. That's a dating site.
But what we found is, if y'all notice, if you look at the title of this video, I should have put Ariala.
And that's why when people got stoned in the ancient world, the people that they gathered, the men, they got happy. They said, we're going to stone somebody today? Oh yeah. You had motherfuckers doing push-ups to get they throwing rocks at caves and shit to get in their practice. They would probably have bets. Let's see which brother hit him with a rock that knocked him down. Because he's dodging, at the beginning, you're dodging rocks. You're jumping over rock, you're bobbing, you're weaving, you're doing the Philly shell, and you get hit with a rock and you limp, then eventually your rock is going to hit you in the head and you're going to go down. Then they're gonna bombard you with rocks. And they got smile, they happy too, man. They say, ooh yeah. Until he stopped moving. And then you check, and he's dead, and then you take him, bury him, Jack. Stoning is a hell of a way. Being burnt is worse. Your daughter that plays a harlot, a priest's daughter that plays a harlot, you're supposed to burn them. That's why Babylon's gonna be burnt, because she's a harlot. That's a fitting end to a harlot, and she's the harlot of harlots. She's the mistress of witchcraft.
On this title as well. So if you look at the title of this video, though.
Your favorite TV shows are on YouTube. Enjoy the latest releases.
It says Guerrilla Hebrew and Sicarii recap. Are they all doing suspect things? So when Guerrilla, it's like when I say I haven't done nothing, like outside of my work that I do in the lab and XYZ like that, my lab is straight down that way. I've pretty much been on the phone all day. I've been on the phone all day, talking to people all day, even on Clubhouse all day. Pegging is when you get a dildo and a woman bangs you in your behind. That's what pegging is. All right? D. Ali said that's freaky. That's his business. A man is not supposed to be anally penetrated.
Edomites supposedly like that, and Simeonites and that too. You be around Latin tribes, and Simeonite men, they like women to stick their fingers up their rectum because they're a bunch of demons.
Y'all into that anal penetration, I don't know what that's about. Nor should a man be prostituting the daughters of Israel, let alone his wife. Nor should a priest of the Most High be doing those things. Let's not forget that. The most important part, and this is when Israelite, I want y'all, when y'all go on Facebook and Instagram and social media and y'all start seeing all these people make these accusations, a wise man fall and we all fall, pray for him and stuff like that. When the pastor does something, when the imam does something, when the politician does something, when everybody does something, go to them same people and tell them, don't get mad at Diddy, we all fall short. Don't get mad at R. Kelly, we all fall short. Don't get mad at Eddie Long, we all fall short. You Israelites are full of garbage. You Israelites are trash. Because when it's a pastor, when I brought out, there was a video a couple weeks ago of the cursing pastor that passed away. The cursing pastor passed away, I think, like a couple days ago. But before he passed away, there was a video where the cursing pastor was on video sucking a dildo. Now, the same, if y'all gonna...
And what he means by he's sucking a kid's thing, he's not an actual something that you order in the mail. He was talking about he was with a young boy, a young man.
Say getting pegged in your behind by...
Hey, after the allegations of TD Jakes came out, you don't see TD Jakes. He used to be all over the, and he came against the Israelites. You know, they got pictures of him with, you know, Diddy putting up satanic, demonic signs.
By a woman with a dildo is not gay, then I guess what the cursing pastor did was also not gay. But you know what the people said when they found out about it? They condemned him. There was no pass for him. There was nothing. No protection. No, oh, the pastor, he's a pastor. He falls short. Let him get back up. It wasn't that. Shout out to Alicia Harris. I love you too, sis. Excuse me, or cuz. Shout out to you. Now, so don't give me that whole we fall. And here's how you know it's not a we fall. Now, Alazar is was a brother. I don't look at him in the same regard after today. I do not.
None of us do. None of us. I couldn't even look at. Here he goes again. Here you go. My blood pressure goes up when I see this nigga's face.
And the reason why is because I'm extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed in him. And what I mean by that is that this ain't about what Alazar brought out today, right? This is what he brought out. Let me see. I'm going to see if I got the minute marker, 31:34. This is what Alazar brought out today. Hold on. Let me go to my history. So Alazar responds today. And when he responds, you know, we are waiting for the response. Now, when I was on Clubhouse today, there was a brother by the name of Dre or Judah. It was either Dre or Judah that said that when Alazar spoke tonight, he was going to get his Nino Brown on. If you want to know what get your Nino Brown on means, when Nino Brown got caught, he said, this bigger than Nino Brown. I'm going to take down everybody. And that's kind of what Guerrilla Hebrew did.
No, that's exactly what he did. He aired out the dirty laundry of these other guys. But I did a video where I said, well, wait a minute. If this guy did that in the past, then you didn't judge this matter. You were chief high priest. You were judge. So if you have information that a guy committed adultery, married another brother's wife, brother in the school, the brother Ariala took his wife. I don't know this allegation too. You know, I got to hear from Ariala. He said, "Okay, brother, you want to bring this dirt out on me? I'm gonna bring some dirt out on you." And you would go do sleepovers with an alphabet person. But wait a minute, you committed adultery. You do sleepovers with an alphabet person, and you didn't kick him out to school. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. They put a whole truckload of leaven in your thing.
Guerrilla Hebrew felt that, okay, this brother in particular want to talk about me. And what he said was that he had just spoke to Ariala And so he said,
We have Ariana.
I'm gonna let y'all. And I'm gonna.
And this is wicked as fucking hell. This is wicked. He said, no, I did this. Let me bring out the dirt. You brought out all the dirt on me. You know, you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing about me. You don't bring out the dirt on me, and I won't bring out the dirt on you. You were supposed to kick the guy out there. You being the head, the chief priest, Alazar. You were supposed to kick this guy out the school. Which makes, like I said, a little leaveneth the whole lump. And it's less than it's a week and change away from the Passover. Even the Lord said that. I went into leavening, but it was one precept. Let me do this. Let me do this. I'm gonna go to 11. Okay, leaving. I just wanted one precept out of this. Right. So this is a week and change before the Passover. So if there's any leaven in you, you get the leaven out of you. You don't come in there hating on the brother or committing adultery or I can't wait till it's Passover because I can look at this sister again, and I'm finna bag this woman that's dealing with a brother. You know, it says 1 Corinthians 5 verse 6, 7, and 8, and 9. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? We know what that means. Purge out therefore the old leaven. So if Ariala committed the act of adultery, and he what else did he do? He committed the act of adultery, and he does sleepovers with a alphabet boy. But he went to if it happened 5 years ago, he went to 5 Passovers without getting rid of the leaven. The leaven is the person. If the person, that's why right before the Passover, and I was thinking about that. I said, who is the Most High going to get rid of before the Passover? You got to be right before the Passover. And when we first opened we got enough brothers, and we set up we're going to have the Passover. We're going to run a spot. And a week before that, with 3 or 4 brothers, shit happened where they couldn't make it to the Passover. And they wound up falling out. And that happens every couple of years. It says, purge out therefore the old leaven. So if that's true, that Ariala did these things, then he shouldn't. You should just put him out the camp, because you failed to you lacked judgment. You failed to exercise judgment as a leader, as a chief high priest. So you knew that it was, like I said, allegedly, because I didn't hear what Ariala got to say about it. And if he does say something about it, then he ain't right either. Hey, going back to what Tazariak said, the whole Sicarii. Now this righteous guys, sincere brothers in Sicarii, I believe. I don't know them. I believe there's elect among them. But that's house cleaning. That's sifting in Amos 9, sifting the house of Israel. A lot of people then fell off through the years. How many people that GMS came into GMS and fell off? You can say hundreds. It says, purge out therefore the old leaven. So when the Passover come, this guy committed adultery. Look, you out of here. But I'm getting ready. I gave you money. I said, here's your money back. We don't want to. You're persona non grata. Get to stepping. That ye may be a new lump. That's why it says, Paul said in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, examine yourself. Examine your own self, lest ye be a reprobate. Reprobate is a man void of judgment. As ye are unleavened, for even the Messiah, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. And when Yahushua was sacrificed, he had no sin on him at all. It says, therefore, when he was hung up on that cross, he wasn't unclean at all. He was clean. The sacrificial lamb. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And, what brings a lot of wickedness is women. GMS don't got no women. Ain't no women coming. If we got a big Passover, the only ones that's coming to Passover are the men. The women ain't coming. And the men officiates their house. They do when they came for Passover in the ancient world, Acts 2, there wasn't no big arena where all the Israelites was in. They went into the hotels back then. What were they calling that? Inns. They call it inns. You would stay there. You would have the Passover in those inns or in the relatives' houses. Yeah, back then they had big house, nice big house. The Israelites were doing pretty well. You had the big houses. You had the guest house. So it wasn't no big arena that you rented from the Romans to have a Passover. It was just that they were gathered in Jerusalem. So anyway, let's come on back. So, Alazar said he don't know if he's coming to the Passover or not. If he's fully repented, he can come, but he said, I don't know if I'm going to make it. If I did some shit like that, I couldn't picture myself going to no Passover and looking at people knowing what you did or what you was alleged to do. But just going back to Ariala and the case that you're bringing out dirt on this guy because dirt was supposedly brought out on you, you're going to say, nah, I'm going to come out with that. Well, wait a minute. He should have, if it happened 5 years ago, he should have been out of the school 5 years ago. That's why Tazarak said, that's why he made the statement. Sicarii is corrupt. That's what they're saying. Like I said, of course, you got innocent guys in there. But you got some guys that are just blind followers. The question is, can Alazar be forgiven and come up on one of the ships and make it? Yes, if he's one of the elect. If he's one of the elect. If he's not one of the elect, he's not going to make it. He's going to take that chip and he's going to know not to take it and he's going to die and then he's going to have to come back in the kingdom as a newborn baby. So I can't go to the Most High. Don't let him. I can't do that. I can't pray to the Most High. I don't let Alazar make it if he's the elect. If he's the elect, he'll be forgiven. At this point in time, I don't believe he's one of the elect. And just to say this, the head of ISUBK, General Yohannes, told people to go, and I got receipts. Go and get it. Go and take it. Take the jump shot. If you watch like these alternative medias, there's all kind of doctors that saying that people are, cashing out. Let's say, got to speak in code because of the thing. There's all kind of many cases of the C word that they can't explain, like undertakers or morticians are seeing when they do the autopsy, they see shit in your system that's not supposed to be, and that started happening after so and so. So when I heard General Yohannes say that, I said, wait a minute, this guy made a deal for a Happy Meal. So that, him and Nate they teach that the MOTB is sleeping with white women or whatever. You're gonna find out that GMS was always right about the MOTB.
I'm gonna let y'all hear what he said. He said that he spoke to Ariella up until yesterday. And so Guerrilla Evil said, if I'm going out, I'm gonna go out with a bang. Is what he said. So now, didn't you tell brothers to go back to Sicarii? I'm sorry, so Big Brew. Last year and I'm glad you said that because I spoke to Hassad and Deacon, I spoke to Hassad, not Deacon. Last year when this was not known, because Deacon and Hakkad didn't leave over this. I found out what they left for, but they left over something else. And so at that time, I said they should work out to be brothers. You can't teach brotherhood and then create another Israelite groups. That was the position back then. If I would have known this back then, I wouldn't have said that. But even they didn't know. Hassad didn't know until Monday, and Deacon knew yesterday. All right? So now, Hassad, that's what I said. Hassad was removed. Hassad didn't leave. Hassad was removed. So now, as Guerrilla is bringing it out, what we're about to find out is that whole Sicarii got to go. It's not enough that Guerrilla stepped down, which he did,
which means the Sicarii they keep going, and there's new leadership or whatever, or there's a bunch of splits. But these guys, if there's a bunch of splits at Sicarii, these guys are in Sicarii. Let's say there's 1,000 guys in Sicarii. There's 5 splits. Well, they got to keep doing the work. They become leaders. They set up the leadership and so forth.
Which that's the only thing that he did in the video that I respected, and I respect it if it stays that way, because repenting is not, I'm sorry, Lord, and then I'm gonna go do the same thing. Repenting is true repentance. Where's the sackcloth? Where's all of that? So he said he's gonna step down. If he says true to his word and step down, then I'll be impressed. But I need.
Hey, he's humbling himself because he supposedly got caught. Like I said, if he makes it back and he's forgiven, that means he's one of the elect. Remember, David committed adultery and murdered Uriah. David also did a census. He counted the Israelites, including the armies. You're not supposed to even count the armies. You're supposed to have an estimate. And the way the Israel's military worked, they were all the military men were experts in war. They all went out as separate warriors. That's called guerrilla warfare, which means little war, guerrilla warfare. Because you were trained by you didn't have to go to boot camp. They had no boot camp back in the ancient world. David didn't have no boot camp. Your father taught you. Like I said in one previous video I did about a week ago, I said if you Jakes out there, you Israelite men, all you men that have sons, Tazariak, if you got sons, this brother, if he got sons, whatever the case may be, you got to train them in the martial arts. Train them how to box, MMA, jiu-jitsu, freestyle wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, how to lift weights, how to get in shape, how to build their cardio, how to eat right. And they're supposed to be terrible, man. They're getting a little fight in school with a kid, they'll bust the kid up. And it says, teach Judah teach thy sons the use of the bow. What's the modern day bow? That's why Esau got laws against Jake having them bows. You know what I'm talking about. And that makes sense. When you take down another nation, you take away their weapons. That's what the capoeira was all about. The Brazilians, which was Jake, this is a dance, but it was really martial arts. Oh, this is just a dance. Because Jake had to go on code. You got to do everything by code with these devils. And the devils use code on you all the time.
Need to see it to believe it. Like his word doesn't mean anything me, because when you call yourself a leader in the position that he is, you're held to a way higher standard. But remember, and Ariella said this earlier in Clubhouse. He said, if the head is sick, let me see if I could pull this.
And see, you're not going to see me on a Clubhouse or any of these other, there's a lot of people that are worldly people in the hip hop community, and people that just kind of, go with the gossip, and it's just something to get into. It's not, if you in GMS, you got to do work. You got to do work every day. If you're not doing videos every day, or you're not let's say you do a video every other day, and you're consistent with it, that's all right. But we in the home stretch. Any member of GMS that's been in this thing, I would say 6 months. If you in this thing and you part of the camp, if you don't know that many scriptures, offer yourself, brother. I'm here to read for you, brother. I'm here to read. You're doing a video. Can I come in? Can I read? Can I get you guys some water while you, whatever the case may be? And you're learning. You're taking notes and you're learning. And then you become a teacher. That's when you're consistent. We ain't got no guy. We got the brothers coming around, and then there's 3 or 4 guys. They come around when it's time to eat chicken.
This out real fast. This is Isaiah. Where you at? This is Isaiah 1, and I don't know if this is it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if this is the scripture I want. Hold on. Yeah, Isaiah 1 and 5. It says, "Why should you be stricken anymore? Why ye will revolt more and more? The whole head is sick. The whole heart is faint." That's what the scriptures say. And if Alazar, who's the head of Sicarii, is sick, does that trickle down to the rest? Let's see. So when you look at what Guerrilla, I'm going to play what Guerrilla said. And Guerrilla shows text message receipts.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's see what comes up. Should come up. Bear me for a minute. This is the NLT. Give me a second right here. Let me do it this way. I got to cheat. I got to go to the cheat sheet. If a king is wicked, then so are his followers. Bible. Okay, so this is it. Let me do this. This is the cheat sheet. All right, King James. Bear me for a minute. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. So if a ruler's wicked, his whole the people under him are wicked. The little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. If a ruler pays attention to liars, all his advisors will be wicked. I don't like the way that's written. BBE, Bible in Basic English. If a ruler gives attention to false words, all his servants are evildoers. I like this one. If a ruler gives attention to false words, he's living a lie, all his servants are evildoers. Let's come on back. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
So let's see if it's just the head is sick, or if somebody else is sick too. Let's play it.
Well, I just read the precept. If you got a ruler or kingdom or chief or whatever, captain or whatever that's over you, and he's wicked and something, you know, that means that whole group is corrupt. Because other people see it and not say, well, let me not say nothing, because they might kick me out.
There's obvious hypocrisy that's taking place.
Now, the first thing he says is there's obvious hypocrisy taking place.
We have Ariella making a video about me, and alleging sexual misconduct on my part.
Now, a day or two later, he came out and pretty much confessed. He didn't go into details, but he said, I'm stepping down. So it definitely has to be from the allegations that Ariella put forth with.
When Ariella backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife and committed adultery with her.
I'm going to play.
Okay, so if that's the case, we'll go with that. Okay. He has no reason to lie. He's speaking from the chest. It was your job to kick that guy out. It was your job to kick him out. You know, look, brother, you committed adultery with the brother. We got the brother right here. We got the sister here. We got the brother. That's the brothers whose wife is a subject of adultery, and we got Ariella here that is accused of committing adultery. So you bring them all here. You ask her, yeah, this guy, he took my wife. You know. Then you might have pictures of them together. They might have got married, and everybody knows that they were an item, so to speak. In the old days, an item. And now this guy is with the brother's wife. That's clearly adultery. You don't need 50 million witnesses, and you don't need the case needs to go for 10 years. So as soon as that is established, you out of here, bro. And then the woman's out of here. Both of y'all are out of here. And the brother, the victim, he stays.
Say it again.
It's not speculation.
Y'all heard what he said? Now this is a trip, because earlier Ariella's stupid ass did some live about me. So earlier, if y'all remember my live stream I did.
So if this is the case that Ariella committed adultery with a brother that's in the truth, I would assume Sicarii, that means he's wicked too. Different type of wickedness, but he's wicked too. Going back to what Tazariak said, that the whole Sicarii is wicked. I read the scripts in Proverbs about a king. If a king hearkens to lies, then all his servants are wicked.
Earlier, I told y'all that I text messaged Guerrilla Hebrew asking him if he knew about the video and that he had to make a response, of which he said he would. Ariella, I don't know if he tried to make it seem to y'all like he got some inside information. I shared that video on Telegram in this group I'm in called God First Gang. And the reason why I did it that way was so that everybody knew that I contacted Guerrilla before I did the live stream. Ariella dumbass think that I did that to like warn him or help him or some shit like that. I don't know what he's thinking. But Alazar just said that Ariella, I'm gonna play it again. What he said, what he's accusing Ariella of.
Ariella.
Look, I'm gonna bring you back.
Out of our brother's eyes. So there's obvious hypocrisy that's taking place here. We have Ariella making a video about me, and alleging sexual misconduct on my part when Ariella backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife and committed adultery with her.
It said.
So in that congregation, who was the head man? You were the head man. You should have got rid of him. You should have got rid of him, bro. You knew what was going on. You acted like you didn't see it. And what's that? Then you kind of held it. Fucking corrupt, wicked. Leaveneth the whole lump.
Now, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
Backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife.
Did y'all hear it? Listen, y'all need to hear. Y'all need to.
If that's true, that means Ariella's wicked as hell too.
Pay close attention to this, and the reason why y'all need to pay close attention to this is because this is the end of Sicarii, the end, and this ain't about women. Don't let them, because in Guerrilla's video he talk about dominatrix and all that nonsense or whatever. A woman can want to be a dominatrix all she want. You ain't supposed to yield to that, and not yield to the point where.
Good point. Good point. Woman said, "I want to strap." I said, "You want to what?" I said, "Look, get out of here."
You order a damn peg. Hold on one second. To where you order the peg device, which is a dildo. A peg is essentially a dildo, but you don't use the device. You can't. This ain't about blaming women. It's not. And if you're letting a woman turn you out into some freaky shit like that, then you definitely don't need to be a leader if it gets you to the point where you will sell your woman to a white man. But it looks like from what we see right here, the same way, and this is how it works, like the same way that Ariella made that video and I presented the evidence to the people is the same way Guerrilla made a video presenting evidence. And it's all, you notice the common denominator is that it's all Sicarii. Now, Alazar, Dre just put, this brother Dre from Clubhouse, he just put in the back chat that it looked like Alazar took his L and fell back. We gonna see. Because like, I remember when they had the Passover scandal, and I think Alazar said he was gonna take a break then. He didn't really take a break. So if he takes the break and steps back.
Yeah, and we got on him, GMS got on. That's why he hates us. We got on him about that in other camps. I believe ISUBK got on him. Certain people got on. He like, fuck y'all. When Sarnetta got on him, are you right? I shouldn't have did that. This, that, and the third. And then even he was under Barack, under the HODC, and I think they were going to suspend him. And he's like, look, I'm not with this camp no more. So everything was cool. You be under his rulership, whatever, under his ranking system, as long as he don't bring nothing against you. Come on, man.
Back, I respect it, but I gotta believe it to see it. But now, if what's true about Ariella, then what is he gonna do? Again, it gotta be true. I'm not saying whether it's true. We gotta hear the matter. Like, I was waiting. The evidence was so damning against Guerrilla Hebrew, it's hard to say that he didn't do it. And I'm gonna play to you what the excuse that he said, and so I still don't believe that he didn't do it. There's nothing that he said that really changed my mind except the shame of being exposed. The shame of him feeling comfortable enough with this woman to do these type of sexual acts, to partake in this type of sexual deviancy, entrusted with this woman, and now the shame of her exposing him. couple years ago, I remember back when we was battling GMS, Commander Jenny Hanna, because he was the only one really speaking. This, for those that don't know, back in like I want to say it was like 2011, 2012. I was only an officer of 50 at the time, and Captain Tawar and Tahar got into it on the street. So it's Tahar on one side, Captain Tawar on another side, me and another brother on the other side. Captain Tawar and Tahar is going at it. And after that, ISUBK and GMS, we was going at each other all the time. And then Commander Jenny Hanna gave us...
Well, that's true. That's true. You know, mainly about the MOTB.
Story of how Yahanaba, who was in GMS at the time, got kicked out the school because his wife ran to the school to say how he used to wear women's underwear and defecate in them. Yahanaba didn't deny it either. What Yahanaba said is similar to what Guerrilla Hebrew said. What Yahanaba said was, you know, a woman would tell a bedroom secret. So for Yahanaba, that was him and his wife's bedroom secret. But what the wife knew was that it was wrong to do and told the school as she was supposed to. And I remember when that happened, GMS was like, a woman ain't supposed to tell, a woman ain't supposed to tell, a woman ain't supposed to tell. And Commander General...
Well, you gotta give me the video where I said that. Anybody in GMS said that. All right? Because the sister supposedly came to the school. Sister, ain't no sister said, because I know him. I know the woman that he deal with. That woman would have told me. So I don't know what the whole deal was. From what I understand, she went to Mo, and it got to somehow got to Johanna, General Johanna, and it didn't get to me. It didn't get to everybody. It was just like and the thing is, if it came to y'all was supposed to kick him out of school and tell the whole congregation, which y'all didn't. So that was a hypocrisy in itself. Because the leadership was supposed to know that. So this, and I remember when Johanna said that. You know, he said he's wearing panties, or his women said that. Nobody came to me and told me that. All right? They didn't have a meeting with them, because I would have said, look, this nigga's out of here, man. You know?
General Johanna was so cold with it. This is the scripture that Commander General Johanna brought out that cut them to piss. This is Acts the 5th chapter, right? So now, to give y'all context.
That's the man and the woman, Ananias and Sapphira, that they sold the land and kept back part of the price. The husband died, dropped dead before Peter and the rest of the 12. Then the woman kept the lie going. She didn't know that he was already dead. So that's right. A woman can tell, if something wicked going on, a woman can tell. Look, my husband, is having sex with his daughter. She ain't gonna say nothing.
And I'm saying this to say, and this for all you women, you cannot let a man convince you that you do not have the right to tell leadership if you're being abused, if you're being forced to do something. You do not have the right. A woman has a right to be protected. The truth is not to stranglehold women to not have a place to speak. That don't make sense to me. Now, if you want to prove me wrong to the ladies, just call me and tell me. And if I don't do nothing, then make a video about me saying, Tazaryak said we could call him. I called him. He didn't do nothing. That's all you got to do. And so you heard it from me that you not.
This is why GMS, we don't got no women. We got women that follow us on the thing, on the web. That's it. Anyway, let me close this. So you can listen to the rest of this. You can listen to the rest of this. And I remember we used to go back and forth, mainly over the microchip. Anyway, shalom. On to the next shalom.